Yo guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over this 1 to 3 RR trade that made me $6,000 in the market. I'm going to be breaking it down and telling you guys exactly how I entered it. So let's get right into it. We'll start off in the higher time frame, like the 4-hour. And the first thing that I was looking at today was what was my most recent push. And my most recent push, if you look at the structure, was this high right here to this low right here. If you look at that, that's the most recent main push going with the trend. We had a break of structure to the downside. So the second thing I started looking for was my zones. The first zone that I marked out was my extreme supply zone, which was this right here. It's the origination point of the main push. And then I marked out my decisional area, the zone right before the break of structure. So after marking out my two zones, the next thing I started looking for is liquidity points where the market could reverse from. As we know, the market moves from liquidity pool to liquidity pool. So we need to make sure we get the correct liquidity points where price is actually going to most likely reverse from. So I had two areas in mind. First of all, I had this decisional zone. The reason why I said this zone was actually quite a decent zone because it came from an inducement causing a break of structure to the downside. So we had a medium inducement. BOS clearly indicating that's a strong zone. Then we also had a lower time frame kind of inducement right here on this zone, and then of course it led to price breaking further down. So I was saying that this extreme zone is also quite a valid / strong zone. Okay, but after I figured out the liquidity points that I was really interested in is me jumping on the 1 hour and seeing this recent high right before our decisional point. After I seen this, I marked out this would be an internal medium inducement, and the second high that I was interested in was this right here. This would be a correct actual medium inducement as it's part of the actual trend. This is a structural point, so it's an actual medium inducement. So I marked out these two inducement points, and this was before New York session. I had the same idea for London session as well. As you see, price did not take this internal medium inducement yet. I was waiting for something like this to induce, then give me lower time frame confirmations and to sell off. But price just kind of stalled in the morning, which was fine for me because what I seen instead of that was that price was building a nice trend line to the upside for liquidity to eventually induce and then reverse. So after London session, just before New York Open, we had that push to the upside. We had that internal medium inducement tap, and I was thinking, okay, we already induced before our key time window, so what does that mean? So after I had that medium inducement already, I was saying, okay, most likely price will come to these higher zones up here and cause another medium inducement into the extreme instead of the decisional being respected. So knowing that, I deleted the decisional, saying, okay, now our next medium inducement point is this point right here. So I deleted our last medium inducement. And I know that now if price comes and induces this medium inducement into the extreme, it has a very high chance of a reversal. So now I've identified my correct zones. I've identified that the zones are strong enough by seeing if it came from an inducement and did it cause a break of structure. I found my correct liquidity points that were situated right below the supply areas. And now I've just waited for my key time window, which is my 1 hour session that I like to trade during London and during New York session. So I've went through everything. Now, jumping on the lower time frame, this is where a lot of people do mess up. So this is something that I like to say I'm quite good at, is lower time frame executions, like the 1 minute, 3 minute. So we had this medium inducement right here. Price induced and came a little bit down. I wasn't really too worried about this little reaction here because I knew that we still didn't tap into the overall extreme supply. After tapping into it, we created a high, and what price likes to do a lot of the time before starting to reverse straight away, it likes to have another dig at price at the high, that price created. So sometimes you have a little high created, little push down, and then you just have one more dig, a little inducement to give you a little bit more fuel for the market to move in one direction. So we had another minor inducement. After having this minor inducement, the entry criteria that I used was my engulfed candle entry, where I waited on the 3 minute, waited for this type of candle, and I on my broker it was around here, so that's why I've put it. Put the candle like my entry around here, but a market executed after this 3-minute candle closed, breaking this demand area right here on the 1 minute, clearly not respecting it. So after that closed, I market executed, put my TP to a 1 to 3, and the reason why I only did a 1 to 3 and not a full 1 to 10 like I usually do is because how the market conditions have been recently. I've seen price be a little bit more choppy, and there's been a lot of kind of Trump speeches and things like that that's been affecting the market. So I just wanted to get it over and done with, and get my 1 to 3 of the day. I did risk 2% on this, as it is an A++++ setup. Like, this is a 10 out of 10 setup. So I did risk 2%, and I managed to make $6,000 in the market. And this trade idea, the crazy thing is that this is the trade idea that I made a whole PDF model around and gave it to you guys for free. I've got a whole video. I'll link it in the first link in bio, but check out the video because you can get this PDF model literally for completely free. So yeah, after you do that and you check out, hopefully that'll help you guys out a little bit. I also put in a free checklist for you guys, just giving you guys some free sauce to help you guys out because I know what it's like out there. And yeah, also with this trade, a few of my students actually managed to catch this as well. One of them, I wasn't looking at the chart right around this time because I was a little bit busy today. And one of the students actually called me and he was like, oh, like, there's a setup. I was like, damn. So I've got my own alerts in real life, you know? So yeah, this is the setup that we took. One of the students made, I think, 3,000. One of them made 4,000. He risked around 1 or 1.2%. He risked. But yeah, amazing day for the whole community. Amazing day for my whole academy. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. And make sure you go check out the actual PDF video down below. I'll see you guys later.